microphone's $1,000. Thank you, Cyber, for your sentiments. Hello, Matt. Welcome back to the stream, Darius. I hope you had a good Monday yesterday. Hope you had a good Monday yesterday. It was very gloomy here. I didn't really leave the house. I started playing some game called Control. The bad thing about I don't know if anybody on the stream has played Alan Wake. If you haven't, you should. It's a very good game. However, I think it is an Xbox exclusive. So that's a hindrance if you don't own an Xbox, which I assume most people don't own. There's a game called Alan Wake, very, very good game. And that same studio made a new horror game, came out last year called Control. And I kind of put off playing it for a while. But yesterday I figured, I didn't know what to do because I can't really leave the house much and go do the things I normally like to do. And work is kind of weird right now. And I've also been trying to stay off of social media as much as I usually am, so I figured I'd play a video game. But something about the way that Alan Wake and this game now too does like motion and motion blurring when you're looking around makes me so like sick. But the weird thing is, I think it just happens to me if I don't play video games for a long time. Like if I don't play a type of game like that, the first session playing it will make me really sick. And then once I get over that initial sickness, I'm able to just play it for like 8 hours. This is true with like first-person shooters a lot. It's true with games like Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge, like for the first session I sat down and played it, made me very, very sick. I don't know how to describe that feeling. It's not necessarily dizzy because I don't, but you know what I mean. Motion sick, which is really weird to me because I have a friend who can't get on roller coasters because it makes her motion sick. But I can get on as many roller coasters as I want. Roller coasters don't make me feel sick. Welcome to the stream, Ava. Hope you're having a good morning so far. Ooh. Oh, you're about to graduate? Congratulations, Super Ken. Yeah, I love roller coasters too. Some video games do it, but no roller coaster does it. Oh, the crows are back. The song. This next song I'm about to play is called Into Thin Air. Oh, Mikukasa. I haven't been on a tiger swing in a really long time. Ava. Hold on. Oh, never mind. Hold on. I don't, it's really distracting to me, so I want you guys to know what I'm seeing. Every time there's a trash day, there's usually crows in the middle of the cul-de-sac that'll kind of gather around whatever trash is there. And I mean, since the truck's here, you can't really quite see them right now. They've all flown up to the roofs. But they'll usually get in there, and then they'll usually fight. And it's very distracting for me. It's very distracting. Oh, wait, hold on. Came here some kids at our camp, and I let 3 of them push me on a tire swing. Oh. Well, at least the kids had fun. That's what's important. Maddie. Whoa. They're on my roof now. Yeah, I guess they're looking for food. I guess that's all crows do, really. I guess that's... crows are really smart. One of the main things is just looking for food. Anyways, I was in the middle of starting Beneath the City. Hi, Peas Bean. Oh, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a minute. Is everything good? Word up, Maddie. Yeah, watching crows is fun. Close to the line. Oh, that sounds kind of familiar. I should probably get rid of Instagram too. Sorry, I know. It's in the middle of the song. I think I only get a kick out of this. I think I'm the only one that likes this a lot. They really go for it. Is it hard for crows to do like a real walk? Oh no, apparently not. And do crows get along, or is it like a trash fight? Do they like take turns eating the garbage? Also, I don't know where the other ones went. I'm assuming they left. Crows specifically and squirrels. This cul-de-sac has a lot of crows and squirrels. Oh, never mind. Maybe they don't get along. There is a they're almost like ants to me because there was a period of time where I dropped a like we have a what do we have? We have a ice cream truck that comes semi-regularly, and I would drop a wrapper sometimes while sitting on the curb to see how long it would take for crows to show up. They show up very quick, very fast. Anyways, good morning, Lindsay. Where was I? Oh crap! Sorry. No more crow distraction. Yes, LA is shutting down. Doesn't really affect me much though. Just because I don't leave LA that much. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm not gonna be leaving LA. No. I might have to send a text though today to confirm something. I can play Spring Street Nights needs be. Is it Pollux? Crunching numbers at work, huh? I've never seen you say anything in the stream unless you recently changed your username. So thanks for being vocal today. I hope you're having a good day at work. You know, I have a good view actually. I think sometimes I take my view for granted. I went to a friend of mine's home recently, and I mean, they have an apartment too, and they have windows, so see the mountains or anything, but I can still see stuff. Ooh, I like. That's not a permanent part of Spring Street, but I do like that variation. Oh, thanks, Lindsay. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat. I really do appreciate that, though. Oh, hey, Hank. That song's called Spring Street. I did like that variation, I do like that weird variation. I'm gonna have to figure out how to work that in. Maybe into like the second verse. The song keeps changing. The song does keep changing. Aww. Wow. That's so what a sweet thing to say, a sweet thing to do. Play DDR with your wife. You know, when I was in high school, that was like one of my big fantasies. Not necessarily a white wife thing, but have like a partner who also likes DDR, and so I could like we could play together, doubles and stuff like that. Never happened, but I guess the ship has sailed because I don't really play DDR as much as I used to. sun is breaking through the clouds. Looks like it's gonna be a sunny, slightly rainy day today. I have laundry to do today. I'm also going to Porto's today to have some Cuban food, and then Krispy Kreme is doing their green donuts today. I think today is St. Patrick's Day. If it's not, then scratch that last bit. But if today is indeed St. Patrick's Day, I'm gonna go get some green donuts. Um, Wowie, wowie. Wowie, wowie. Oh crap. My bad. You know what? I just finished, I just finished, Spring Street. And what's right after, what's in the same key as Spring Street is Over and Under, which is Cyber's song. And Cyber is in the stream. happy accident, Lindsay. I think that, well, you're right in that it's not an accident. I think that I think the stream repels kind of unpleasant people. Um, is Over and Under streaming anywhere as piece? It is not because I'm not finished writing it. It changes a little bit every time I go through it. I'm not. Whoa. No, it wasn't what I thought it was. Anyways, it changes a little bit every time I go through it. So I don't. I have not had the opportunity to record it yet. Hi, Lavender. What I think happens, Lindsay, is that when like unpleasant people come to the stream, I think they typically get ignored. You may remember this, Lindsay, because back on the Instagram days, every now and then somebody would come into the stream and be like really rude, and people in the stream would argue with them, but I never would. I never would argue with them, and then after a while, it just kind of caught on as this like stream behavior. It's like if somebody was being like kind of a jerk, you would just not respond to them and ignore them. And so what typically ends up happening is if somebody comes into the stream and they're not particularly nice, they don't get any attention, and so they just stop coming into the stream. So people that are like that usually don't last in the stream for very long. People don't like being ignored. This song is an excerpt from a Ego Death track called Vanilla. Am I cold? That's not right. PS1 era games. Give me an example. So that song is called Vanilla. It's off of my Ego Death release, if you haven't heard it. Vanilla to me is akin to Sixella. I have some more sounding names. But Sixella was one of those songs that I made because I really wanted to hear it, regardless of how other people felt about it. It was kind of like a me song. And when it was poorly received, it didn't hurt my feelings that much because I knew who it was for. It was just for me. I felt the same way about Vanilla. When I put out Vanilla, I wasn't going to be affected or disappointed if people didn't like it because the song was kind of for me. I hadn't made a happy song in a really long time, and most of the songs on Me Go Death are sad. And I didn't exactly have nothing to be happy about. But anyways, you like it a lot, which is really nice. That's really cool to me. Omni, if you could spin off a classical piece, what would it be? Says Dark Row. That's a very good question, Dark Row. But I wouldn't want to spin off any classical piece. I like making my own music. I think classical pieces are really well left alone. Somebody asked me in a stream a while ago. No, not in a stream. Sorry, it was in a questionnaire on Instagram. They were like, "Do you have any Michael Jackson remixes?" And I don't know what in me has this or what in me does this, but there's certain music or certain songs or certain artists or certain genres, well, maybe not genres, no, and genres, that are kind of just, I don't really want to touch them. I think that they're great. I think that they have legs on their own, and I don't think that they would benefit at all from my meddling in with them or adding addendums or accompaniments to them. So I do just that, I leave them alone. That's why I don't have any Michael Jackson remixes. And that's why I wouldn't be particularly interested in spinning off a classical piece. I think those songs are kind of good on their own. I feel like I would do nothing but make them worse by meddling with them. Yeah, it almost didn't make the album, Lindsay. Vanilla almost didn't make the album. I felt like it didn't fit. I mean, other than its ambient nature, it felt like lyrically it didn't fit. It was kind of an attempt. There are some people who write songs that are like the lyrics are very hard to translate or not translate, interpret. The lyrics are open to interpretation. And I feel like my lyrics aren't necessarily like that. A lot of my lyrics are very autobiographical in that I'm just talking about my life. And I felt like I wanted a song that's kind of like Coldplay had one. Coldplay has a song. It can mean a lot of things. It can mean everything. It can mean nothing. It could just be a lot of random words strung together. And so that's what Vanilla kind of was for me. There's a lot of metaphors and whatnot in that song. Yeah, it's still wild to me that you like Chocolat, Siren. Shouts out to Only Tom, my collaborator for that song, because that song kind of was filler. And I don't mean that as like a disrespect at all of the song, but it was like, that's a song for me to play live. It's like a fun song to play live. People can dance to it. It's cool, but I never really think about it. It doesn't occupy a lot of space in my brain. It's really weird. Hello, Sundai. If you are indeed still here, I know you said you're just stopping by, so if you haven't left already, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thought on My Watch is a good song. It's a good song. Thank you, Mia Gladstone. I love Mia Gladstone. I want to see a supercut of like every single time in a stream I've said I love Mia Gladstone, because I'm sure it's too many times. It's too many times, but that's always the first one that comes to mind when somebody says Mia's name, or when I think of Mia's name. Umbe says, I think it's important for an artist to be their own biggest fan. I wonder how many songs were lost to time because the artist got cold feet or didn't think others would like it. So many songs, right, Umbe? So many songs have died a death of neglect, I guess. Like an artist making a song and then no longer liking the song, making a song and maybe, like you say, getting cold feet, or just changing their mind. I have hundreds of songs I just never released because I didn't like. People have been in streams and seen me make a song and then immediately delete it. People have been very angry about that. I don't do that just to bother you guys. I'm sorry. I got a lot of that from Venomade, says the river. Venomade. Yeah, Venomade's chill. Venomade was fun. Venomade was also kind of open for interpretation. That whole song is one big metaphor, but it only works two ways, right? It's only a two-way metaphor. Word. Hank says Venomade's one of their favorites. Thank you, Hank. I appreciate that. Oh, word up, Peace Bean. Yeah, that video's still out there somewhere on the internet. Yeah, me Gladstone is super cool. I've never gotten in a fight with May Gladstone. Yeah, there is a Lindsay. Lindsay doesn't remember. Yeah, there was a video of me when I was in high school, and I was in a. It's really hard for me to break up with people, or it used to be. It used to be. I'd say it still is. That's why it's bad for me to be in relationships. Usually, I'll just kind of like. I treat relationships like I treat shoes, where I just wear them until um, they don't work anymore, until they have like holes in them. I usually don't look at a pair of shoes and go like, Air Force Ones, this doesn't fit my style anymore, and then throw them away. I usually just wear them until they don't work. And so it's really hard for me to break up with people, or at least it was when I was in high school. And I was just in an awful relationship, and then finally got out of it, and then I made a little dancing video. I was very happy. This was a long time ago, though. I wouldn't do that now. New album idea. All the unfinished songs go up when the stream 100 hits, please, says Starcrow. Aw. Trevor, that's such a nice thing to say, that you would want all that trash. Hold on, Hank says, other than music, what are your plans for quarantine? Video games, I guess. What has been your longest relationship? 3.5 years. All your ex-girlfriends just got compared to shoes. They sure did. I've had more shoes than I've had girlfriends, though. Which is, I think, a healthy thing. Probably healthy. Would I release all of my unfinished stuff when I get 100 streams? No, that is a good idea. That's a cool idea. Maybe not a good idea, it's a very cool idea. However, all of the unfinished things, like, just because I made it doesn't mean it's good. A lot of those unfinished things are unfinished for a reason. And a lot of those neglected tracks are neglected for a reason. Like, they're not good, or they don't make sense, or they're half finished. You know, they're like 20% completed chiptune songs. You know, they don't mean anything anymore. So I don't know. I don't know about that. I really badly want to play Double Let's right now, but Liana is not in the stream, so I will settle for playing Flight Plan. high quality of question has to come from a newer person in the stream because they don't know much yet. Darko, that's a very good question. The answer to it is yeah. Every release I have has weaker songs in it. I love them all the same, but you'd be lying as the artist to say that some were not weaker than others. Weaker in a lot of ways, right? Maybe weaker in arrangement, weaker in lyricism, weaker in mixing, weaker in mastering, weaker in I don't know. But there usually is the strong songs from an EP and the weaker songs from the artist's perspective. To me, nice stream. What's the strong song? Well, it's Jolly Pop. From my perspective, What is the weak song? It's Downtown Drizzle. From an arrangement perspective. People love Downtown Drizzle. People don't really like Jolly Pop all that much. People like Bon Bon. So, yeah, I put it out, and I was actually a little surprised at how people reacted to it. So I didn't expect people to like Downtown Drizzle when they did. As I discussed earlier in the stream, we're talking about the people, not specific people, because I like that Lindsay likes vanilla, but people by far and large do not like vanilla. So a song that got bigger, or a song that people really seem to like in numbers that I expected to bomb, the Gucci Gang remix, I guess? I didn't expect people to care about that song so much that when I released an instrumental version of it, it would actually get streamed effectively. I definitely didn't expect for people to like Coliseum. And the reason that I didn't necessarily expect for people to hone in and love Coliseum is because Coliseum came out on West Stream, which has 32, 33 songs on it. It has a bunch of songs on it. I didn't think any one of those particular songs was particularly better than the other songs on the collection. I thought they were all kind of middle of the road, and when I released them, the audience showed me how they felt about it, and they were not middle of the road. There were some that people loved, like Coliseum, and Button Willow, and Let Lovers, and there were some that people did not like Candlelit, and Bathtub, and well, I'm doing pretty good. One more. What's another one people didn't like? Mikey Lee. People did not like Mikey Lee. Hello. One thing is here. Thank you. I will be in your pocket for a little while. Since One Thing is here, and I am in One Thing's pocket, I feel obligated to play something. It did bomb, Cyber. Word out, Lindsay. I'm glad that you're dying on that hill. It's a very, very lonely, but very pretty hill. I did enjoy making vanilla. Maddie says hello from your pocket, One Thing. And this song... This song's going to start off with the chords of Bon Bon, but then it's going to go somewhere weird, probably. So, I guess, ride with me on this stupid improv. I'm very hungry, by the way. And I don't have any groceries. Dark Roast, Uptown Sizzle. Pretty much everything from Signals hit the spot in moments. Wow. Uptown Sizzle. Oh, it's. I think I like this person. Uptown Sizzle is a. That's my baby. Can you play Love Letters after Says Peace Be? I sure can. This chord into that chord, into this chord, into this chord, that chord, and this chord. Somebody asked for love letters. Why not? Can you do the love letters followed by Winter Heart? Yeah. And then I could do the Gucci chords. My hands are cold, so playing really fast is hard. But we'll do that again. I think Close Down has been my most recent favorite I've had on repeat, says Maddie. Interesting. Alice. I hope you had a good rest of your Monday. Today is Tuesday. Oh, I'm so hungry, guys. I'm so hungry. Mm. So I should probably start saying news, but with everything going on today, there is none. Where can I find Winter Heart, says Jacob. Winter Heart came out on an EP called Signals. If you just search Omniboy and Signals, you'll find the EP that Winter Heart is on. Or if you just search Omniboy and Winter Heart, honestly, on Google. I mean, we're all on the internet today, Jacob. But yeah, it can be found on pretty much every major streaming service, which I'll go over at the end of the stream. But in case you're not here at the end of the stream, then yeah, it can be found on everything. I should eat something, but not yet, not yet. Today we're not going over to Fruit Loops today. I apologize, guys, but I'm trying to keep the stream punctual, ending at the time that we had agreed upon. We being me and YouTube. But maybe we'll go over to Fruit Loops tomorrow. But I mean, there's only so many times I can make you guys listen to the same exact songs. Those songs haven't. Ooh, hold on. Please don't let me forget that. I really want to do something with that. Oh, I got distracted. What was I talking about? Well, yeah, there's not a lot of news to go over. I have a new song out called The View. It came out, Attack the Music, so it's available on Bandcamp. I also have 2 new buddies of workout. We did talk about them a little bit today, more than we usually do, actually. Yeah, usually we kind of avoid the topics of recent releases, but today we talked about them quite a bit. The 2 releases being Ego Death and Quick Breath. Quick Breath has Not on My Watch on it. This one. That's a very fast version of it, but that song is on Quick Breath, as well as Close Down. I can't remember exactly who. I think it was Maddie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Maddie was talking about Close Down earlier in the stream. Oh, that's the wrong chord, sorry. It's been too long. That song is also on Quick Breath. Ego Death is what Vanilla is from, which we also talked about a little bit earlier in the stream. Me and Lindsay were talking about Vanilla and how I didn't expect anybody to like it, so I'm glad that somebody does. Um, Both of those tracks can be found on or all of these tracks can be found on a release called Quick Breath and Ego Death. Um, and those can be found on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Groove, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. There's a few songs that are kind of exclusive to YouTube and SoundCloud, like my Speed Dream series, but for the most part, those platforms I just listed are available on. I mean, those platforms I just listed have my full modern discography. You're not going to find a lot of my chiptune music on that, but you'll find like the jazz stuff, the drum and bass stuff, the house stuff, the pop stuff, the indie pop stuff, the ambient stuff, and what have you. Pollux lives in Arizona. No. They say Arizona is one of the big cities. Any help to put us in the right direction would be much appreciated. What? Arizona in one of... What? The River, if you're talking about my hoodie, thank you. I appreciate that. This hoodie, I really love Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. We don't have a lot of time to get into why I do and how much Oswald stuff I have, but I have a lot of Oswald stuff. I have the largest collection of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit merchandise that I've ever seen. And I've looked, I've scoured the plains looking for just one other person that has a collection of stuff as big as or bigger than mine. But I do love Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. It's really rare, rare find, this hoodie. And I got it at a place in Japan called Village Vanguard that no longer sells it, so, yeah. News. Yeah, so those are the songs that are out. Those are the most recent releases. Thank you in advance for listening to them, for giving them time. If you have not, please do. If you already have, again, thank you. As far as shows, my shows have been canceled. As far as work, my work is like in a weird, like, purgatory space right now. As far as... Oh, word up, Cypher. Word up to your friend. That's pretty dope, actually. As far as streams, guys, the streams happen here on YouTube every weekday morning at 9 a.m. They happen for roughly an hour, but sometimes when I go over and I do a production stream, they can last a little bit longer. I'm planning on doing a production stream pretty soon, sometime in the next week, maybe on 100, maybe after 100. I want to do a stream that's full production. It's nothing else. I would like that. This is what I would like. Oh, I'm so hungry. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start winding things down now. This song is called Hush Hour. Am I going to play Animal Crossing? Asks Tom. It's so funny because I can read your name, Tom, but my brain wants to say Womtang every time I see you. So if I say Womtang and I say Tom Lang, know that I'm not trying to make a joke. It's just my brain doing goofy stuff. So, am I going to be playing Animal Crossing? I am not going to be playing Animal Crossing. I do not have a Switch, and I'm also just not an Animal Crossing person. So, even if I did have a Switch, I probably wouldn't be playing it. But I am happy for all the Animal Crossing heads out there that they are getting their new game finally. They seem to have been very hungry for it. This seems to have been a thing they've wanted for quite some time. I think that this must have been... How do I want to word this? This must have been what it felt like to have not been a Kingdom Hearts person during Kingdom Hearts 3's season. Because like a lot of people are talking about Animal Crossing, and I think a lot of people assume that I like Animal Crossing. I don't know why they assume that. I've got my hypothesis is because my music is, or my music used to be 5 years ago, really cute and bubbly and poppy. Or maybe it's because my music has piano in it. I don't know. I don't play Animal Crossing, so I'm not even super familiar what Animal Crossing music sounds like. if it even does sound like my music. A lot of people have, oh, hi, Liana, you did make it to the end. But a lot of people have said to me in comments or whatever, like, ha ha ha, this sounds like Animal Crossing music, um, and comments on songs that I've made. And I've thought, huh, I don't know what that means. Because like, sometimes they say it on my jazz music, and sometimes they say it on like my drum and bass music. Sometimes they'll just say it on like me playing idle pizzicato strings, a patch on a keyboard. So I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I think because I make music like that, everybody thinks I like Animal Crossing, but alas, I do not. Hello, Hank. Alright, you're not saying hi to me, sorry. You're probably saying hi to Liana. Liana Hank says hi. Oh, I said all that to say I was reading a thing really recently, and I'm gonna end on this. I'm not gonna turn this into one of these rants where I go on forever, but I was reading something recently by a graphic designer, and it was for artists. It was for artists who are getting their logos done, and a thing that they said was, "Hey, remember, the logo is not for you. It doesn't matter that you think your logo is cool. You almost shouldn't necessarily think it's cool. It doesn't have to be cool to you. Who it has to be cool for is the people who are listening to your music." And I really thought about that for a while because as an artist, I do have some attachment, sure, to my art. I want to be able to like my art. I want to be able to enjoy my art. I want to be able to listen back to my songs and go, I love it. I want to be able to look at my logo and go, wow, yeah, I identify with this. Um, that's a thing that's been important to me for a pretty long time. And of course, as I have changed as a musician, so has my logo or my aesthetic or my music that I'm making or whatever. And something that's really interesting is, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. I'm not even going to mention the project by name, but some of you will know what project I'm talking about. I used to write all of the music for a different project. There was a duo that I was in where I wrote all the music for it. And the imagery attached to that music that I was writing was a lot of like anime girl, anime girl, anime girl, boba, anime girl, anime girl, Pocky, Pocky like the little Japanese snack, um, Hatsune Miku, more anime, sushi. It was like just kind of Japanese stuff thrown together. And I think I started to feel a weird alienation from the art, from the visual representation of the art, because the people, I'm just going to say weebs. If you don't know what a weeb is, I don't know, Urban Dictionary it later, or if you know what a weeb is, good for you. I think that really, really, really uh, hardcore weebs were listening to that project. Um, and that's cool and great. I wouldn't consider myself a hardcore weeb, at least not anymore. At one point I was. If you go back and you look at Nice Stream, it's very easy to tell what kind of space I was in there. There was a lot of katakana in parentheses after every song title. There was a lot of like magical girl art and stuff like that. There is straight up anime samples in the songs. It's a big thing. It was a big thing for me 5 years ago. Today, I wouldn't do that. Today, I'm not going to have a Sailor Moon sample in my music. But there was a time where that was my thing. And so, when I read that thing that was like, you shouldn't, it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to necessarily be important to you, it has to be important to the fans. I think that I have a little bit of a discrepancy there because I don't want to be alienated from my own art. It's different if I'm like making music like Walmart. I'm just making music for fans. That's one thing. Something that's important to consider as an artist, especially a performing act, is I have to perform these songs a lot. I have to have people come up to me and ask me questions about these songs a lot. It's hard to do things genuinely when you don't identify with them. There was this is turning into a pretty long rant. Sorry guys, but there was a songwriting camp in Korea while I was there, and I got to learn about how K-pop songs are written and how the songs are choreographed and how the K-pop idols are like styled and everything. It's a big thing. It's a whole thing that's happening over there. And sometimes identities are made up for a K-pop person. I don't need to really tell you guys this. I feel like you guys are smart enough. I'm not gonna baby walk you through this, but if you read somewhere that so and so's favorite ice cream is Rocky Road, that's not necessarily true. There's somebody that has to write a biography for like big pop stars and J-pop idols, and a lot of that stuff isn't necessarily true. So when they go and they have an interview or something like that, and then the people and the fans are like, I know this person. I know this person. I know what they like. I know what they don't like. I know what their favorite movie is. Sometimes that stuff is just all made up. And so when the artist, or the person, the icon, I'll say, is approached with this fake version of themselves, sometimes it can be hard to genuinely respond to those people and carry on that. I'm going to call it a charade, but no offense to anybody. But it's like a charade. And so I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So if I have a song like this music that I was writing for this other person, I was writing this music for this other person, and for me, I knew where I was taking inspiration from and why I was making it the way I was. But then we go do maybe an interview, and they're asking us, "Oh man, it's very clear that you guys were super inspired by I don't know." Whatever the big anime is at the time. I almost said Shadow of Colossus. Attack on Titan. They're like, oh, it's clear that you guys were inspired by Attack on Titan for this track. And I'm like, no, not at all. But I can't blame them for coming to that conclusion. They see all the imagery, they see the album art, and then they expect to come up to me and be able to talk to me about, I don't know, My Hero Academia. And I just can't. Because there is like a disconnect between me and that type of imagery. Saying all of this to say that when I read about the whole graphic design, like you should, when I read about the graphic design thing where it's like you shouldn't necessarily even like the thing, I realized a pretty stark difference between art meeting commerce, right? Commerce meets art. The CEO of Walmart doesn't have to love the Walmart logo. They just have to make a logo that's gonna get customers in the building. And if I were commerce, if I were a commercial artist, a commercial successful artist, I probably would do a lot of things because I know it would sell. I probably wouldn't have released Vanilla or Succella or released so much music, right? I probably would have gone and deleted a lot of my music so that when I release another album, it can be like, oh, Omni's big debut. It's a very messy catalog for me to have over 200 songs out. And so, something to think about. Art meets commerce. It's a very capitalist thing, right? And so, we're all trying to straddle the line of doing something that we really like and believe in, and also try to eat at the end of the day, because eating's important. You die if you don't do it. I'm going to read through some stuff really quick. Maddie says, I think it's much more valuable in all art to make things that you like, and your passion will come through and people will enjoy that. That is a theory, not theory, that's a philosophy. That is an artist philosophy, Maddie. That if you truly, not even just an art, that if you really believe in yourself and you have confidence and you have love for yourself, that other people, you will attract the people that also love you. And if you really do believe in your art and you're making something that you think is good, that you know is good to you, the people will find it. The people that appreciate it will find it. If you're making a food that you think is cool, people with that taste or that palate will find that food and appreciate it. You don't have to worry about the people that are saying they don't like it. That is a philosophy that I kind of have rolled into my Rolodex of philosophies that I identify with. Shadow of Colossus is my favorite anime, says Ava, as a joke, but I would love a Shadow of Colossus anime. Would I? Actually, I don't know that that's necessarily true. I would watch it. I don't know that I would love it, but I do love that game a lot. It's a very pretty game. That game is free, by the way, right now. I don't know who needs to hear that, but on the PlayStation Network, that game is free. If you haven't played that game and you have a PlayStation and would like to play it. I think the graphic design perspective is always a little bit different too, says Maddie, because graphic design is usually so closely tied to marketing. Yes, and being tied to marketing is a direct link to commerce, right? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Maddie. That's a very good point. At some point, though, money crosses passion. A sad reality, but a real one. What do you mean when you say cross, Inbei? I like what you're saying, I think, or at least I'm intrigued. I just want to clarify. What do you mean when you say money crosses passion? My real favorite anime is either Girls Last Tour or Mawadu. Penguin Drum? I don't have a favorite anime. I gotta get back to work, says Lindsay. Thank you for being in the stream. You were in it in its entirety, Lindsay. We're gonna get out of here very soon after we close up this talking point. But thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. We gotta close this talking point, y'all. I just want to know Unbei thing. Unbei says sacrifices have to be made somewhere in the process because you're providing a service. Yes. If your passion is your career, yes. Yeah? Yes, Unbei. When you said passion, money always crosses passion, I thought you just meant in general, and I'm like, I disagreed with that, but I see what you're saying. You're saying in the context, if you are a career artist, your money is probably... If you're a career artist that doesn't have, I don't know, a bucket of wealth or a safety net, and you truly are eating off of your art, then yeah, money is going... You are going to have to make some compromises. Yeah. Unless you truly are just a money brain. Some people don't have artistic compromise. They truly don't, because they truly are in tune with what makes money and that's what they care about. It's kind of like how some people will just, and this is going to sound like shots at Taylor Swift, but it's not. It's like how some people can just truly love Taylor Swift and not look at it as like, oh, this is like a commercial product that is being like targeted at, like sold to me. They're like, no, I actually really do love this. This is a thing I love. Or somebody can go and eat McDonald's and go like, this is a really good burger. This is not convenient or fast or cheap. If I could have any burger in the world, I'd still choose this burger. Some people do have a brain like that. And for them, I don't think that they have to make nearly as many compromises artistically as... Being a creator in a capitalist society is so weird. You have to walk a balance between what you want to be making and the fact that money is necessary. True, Maddie, true. I talk about this a lot. It really depends who you're working with. Sometimes I have to remake a design I was really happy with to make something more boring, safe, that is not my thing. Graphic design is hard. This same thing can be said about composition, Ava. I've run into that same thing, where I've been making a score for somebody's animation, or I've been making a score for somebody's game, and I've done the thing that's like beautiful, it's this big, like flowing, beautiful, and there it's like, oh, you're doing too much. We don't really need that. Can you just make something that sounds like, and they'll give me something. They're like, can you just make something that sounds like this 20-second blip in like Arthur? Or can you make something that sounds kind of like the Princess Mononoke theme? And I'm just like, but I was going to do something so cool. But I hear you. I hear you though, Ava. That is a thing. That's a very real struggle. So much for finishing on time, says Cyber. Word. So much for finishing on time. But what's cool is that there are so many indie artists who are finding new ways to sell their art in a digital world. True, Maddie. We're all that. We are all that. Oh, man. How lovely it'd be to make enough money to just craft and do nothing else, says Umbe. The grass is always greener, Umbe. But I hear what you're saying. Making enough money simply with your craft is a good thing, but once you start doing it, you find things. You find that certain things come with that bag that maybe you hadn't bargained for, or that actually are bad. Just unilaterally bad. But I hear what you're saying. I definitely was also there. There was a point where I was just like, yo, if I can just quit IKEA. I was working at IKEA at the time. If I can just quit IKEA and focus on music, my life would be perfect. Then I was able to quit IKEA and focus on music. And perfection, I did not find. did have more time for music, though. I'm not gonna lie about that. Okay, guys, this was a really great conversation. Did I do? I didn't do. I didn't do. Did I do? Did I do Hush Hour? I feel like I didn't do Hush Hour. This song's called Hush Hour. I wrote it in Hong Kong. It's a song that I used to end the streams. It's played at the end of the streams. It used to be the bridge of Signals. I mean, Spring Street, believe it or not. Goodbye, Cyber. Alright, have a truly terrific Tuesday, everybody, says Maddie. Sticking on the alliteration. I appreciate it, Maddie. I appreciate it. I see you with it. Everybody have a great Tuesday. I'll see you back here on Wednesday for morning medley number 95. We're getting close to 100. I say it every time. It never stops being true.